Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I appreciate you so much. So for today's class, I'll be teaching us and taking us through how I sew this structured butterfly sleeve gown. We can see how beautiful it is. So I'll be taking us through how I made it. Then I want to appreciate those that have been liking and subscribing. You are the best. I love you all. Thanks. You are the reason you are the reason why we are still here. So for this design, you have to draft your basic pattern, then just to get the under bust, the up bust, and the shoulder, so you'll be able to connect and draft out where the sleeve, to control where the length of the sleeve and the breadth of the sleeve. That is just the main purpose why you have to draft your basic pattern. And as you can see, I have drafted mine and I'm trying to connect, and knowing the numbers of inches, I will have to go above my shoulder. Then also I'll be using it also to know where um the sleeve will be, the length of the sleeve. You can see I'm trying to control, draft it, control it from the bust line down to um somewhere below the armhole. So after doing that, I now try to connect it from the shoulder down um to the length with the curve. You can see it. So because we have to follow the pattern of the sleeve, we have to follow the pattern. So you can see how I'm trying to curve it out, numbering, following the numbers of curve we have there. That's what I'm checking on my phone to make sure I am getting it correctly, that I'm drafting it out well. Although you can see some two lines on the place. Yes, I just have to make sure I'm getting it correctly, but I actually know the real line I'm working with. So after drafting it, I'm cross-checking to see if what is the style I'm trying to draft out is what I have on my pattern paper. Then I am trying to look at the middle of the length. That's what I measured. Then I try to also, increase it, because looking at the length from the center front to the sleeve, I can see it's not wide enough. That is why I have to increase it a bit. So I'm not making use of the old curve. I'm making use of the new curve I just made now. So when I'm satisfied with it, I cut it out with my scissors. I shape it out with my scissors, just like what I am doing right now. So after cutting it out, since I'm satisfied with this, and let's take note that I did not add my sewing allowance. So after cutting it out, I place it on the material, on the fabric, adding my half inches allowance all round. You can see that that is the half inches sewing allowance I have added all round. That's for the sewing allowance. So just make sure when you are doing it, you follow the curve properly. So after I have cut it out, I make sure I cut four of it, and I added a peplon stay, or you call it collar stay. So I added it to the material. Remember, I cut four of it. So those lines I'm rolling now, I'm rolling those lines because I will be adding boning, the Regilene boning to it. So after rolling those lines, I measure the Regilene boning and I cut it out. Then I'll be stitching it on one of it. One will be on top. The one that will be on top, I won't be stitching on it. But the one under that serves as a lining, that's the one I'll be stitching Regilene boning to it, and I'll be using my trimmings to tape it all around. Just I have to show you where I'm taping it all around. So if you follow it through like that, you get exactly what we are having here right now. So after doing that, then you will have to use your chalk, your tailor chalk, to rule out where you will be beading. Where you'll be beading. I counted the numbers of lines we have in the middle. Then I ruled it out, and I also try to shape out like 2-3 inches inward. So those are the places I'll be beading, and I'll be using sand bead size 2. I use sand bead size 2, but you can make use of any bead of your choice as long as it's going to come out very well, perfectly well. And try to make sure you are shaping the curvy area properly to give a kind of edge. So I'll be doing the same for all the 4 patterns I have prepared already. So I'll repeat it for the 4, and make sure you are curving it out properly, because that's the line you will be following when beading, and we will make sure not to exceed that line. You make sure not to exceed that line. You can see how in order we are doing this. Please follow it if you want to do your own. So I'm making use of a thread and a beading needle, and then sand bead, like I've said. Then what you do is to start from the smallest part from one side, then you follow through all around the shape. So I started from the down part. I started like counting 3 beads. Then as I proceed, I started increasing the bead one, adding 1 or 2 according to the length of the drawing I already made there. So as I'm picking those beads, I'm counting it, and as I'm counting, I'm confirming the numbers I've picked. So after picking the numbers I've picked, I'll make sure I measure it that it doesn't exceed the line. So I'll push it through inside, bring it out from the other hand. After pulling it out from the other end, making sure it is very firm, then I insert the needle also from the other end upward, from the back outward again. Then that is what you'll continue to do. Then you increase the numbers of bead as you continue. Yeah, at this point, let me also let you know that it may not be easy dipping the needle inside this because of the peplum stay that was added, and because of the regilin bone in there. It may not be easy, but you just have to take your time and be careful so that the needle doesn't penetrate into your own skin while trying to force it in through. So you can see I'm moving forward. I'm progressing in the beading. It's not a day job. It's not. It looks simple, but it requires patience, so that your work will come out neat. That's um the keyword fashion designer or beader needs to know. I make bead, I make necklaces, um an hand chain, and the rest. So it's easy for me to go through with this, and I'm also a fashion designer, so it's easier for me to go through with this. And this is what we have at the end of the day. You can see when you put it together, you are going to get a butterfly shape. So after doing that, I have to draft my gown. If you want to know how to draft a gown, please check through my channel. There is a tutorial there for you. So this is the back of the gown as well. And when drafting the gown, I make sure I use the butterfly sleeve to carve out the neckline so it will align. So having done that, here is where I'm trying to connect my akara with the plain material in form of a patches. You can see, so I'm using a zigzag stitch to sew it together. Here also, before you can do this, you need to put I added a stay to to both material, to stabilize it so it won't get rumpled. And when doing it, you can see I'm trying to smoothen it out, and this is what we have at the end of the day. You can see the shape. This is what we have. This is the front pattern. I'm not through yet, but you can see even those lines between it is beaded as well. It's beaded as well. So at the end of the day, that is how I'm able to construct that style. You can see how beautiful, outstanding, how elegant it is. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Well structured, is standing on its own. So if you have not liked, if you have not subscribed, please kindly do like, subscribe, and share. Drop your questions. I'll be answering your questions in the comment sections. So please do like, share, and subscribe for more tutorial. We are going to be coming up with so much tutorials like this, even bigger ones than this. So if you don't want to miss out of it, you need to stand by. You need to be around. So just like, subscribe, and you will get the details. Thank